Hey,
Welcome, welcome, ladies. How are we doing today?
Good
we're good.
morning.
I think we're good now.
Good. All right.
Mm.
Well, I'm not really sure. A little slow going here. Okay. Well, we are Women Talk Fierce. We are the three women, three stages of life. Motherhood, a business of roller coaster laugh, lessons, and loud opinions that just might turn into a true crime podcast by the time it's over. And we have a volunteer. I think it's going
Yes,
to be Coach Lee today. Woohoo!
Thank you, Coach Lee.
yes,
Love
yes.
the
Welcome, welcome.
volunteer. So Coach Lee is, I love this, but I love this brand too. Legally, ooh, love that.
Yes.
Is a productivity and accountability coach, but she's got a little bit of a twist. She is a criminal defense attorney by day and a productivity and accountability coach. Wow. As she likes to say throughout, she is the founder of Legal.ly. Is that Legal.ly?
Yeah, legally, legal.ly, however you want
Love
to
it,
say
love it,
it.
love it. Which was birthed through COVID. Well, that's a whole other conversation that we will get into. While working at home, she had too much time on her hands, which brought her back to the thoughts of all the people telling her she was motivating and encouraging. I can't wait. Well, I know I'm encouraged because she's already taken the fall for
She
crime.
definitely
Yeah,
is.
I'm great with that.
Not just that, but I mean, you're
Uh,
an attorney and a
yeah,
coach. I
I know.
mean,
This is like double. Wow, this is a
teach
double
me.
whammy, right? I
Yeah.
love this. I love this. So I just have to ask. This is kind of my intro. So you're in the courtroom. You're defending people's freedom and also helping corporate women get their calendars together.
Yeah.
I gotta hear. How do these words collide?
So it's funny that you say that. I remember like one of the first podcast interviews I ever did, they were like, coaching and attorney, how do they go together?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, as a defense attorney, specifically as a public defender, it's like taking lemons and making lemonade. I got to take what's given to me and figure out the best way to make out of that.
Okay.
And so whether that be the crimes that my clients are accused of or the
Ooh.
struggles in terms of productivity, work-life balance, whatever that looks like that people are coming to me with in the coaching realm, what's the best case scenario we can create out of that?
Mhm.
Oh, I
Well,
love that.
here's my
And
question
freedom.
now. Who's managing your time? Because I'm taking notes. I
Me
want to know the
slash
whole
having
system.
accountability for myself.
Wow.
She's
I
on it.
love
She's
that.
on it.
Mm.
Yeah, and I like that word accountability, especially because as an accountability coach, I'm sure you see a lot of people who really put that off for themselves. So
Absolutely.
I am curious when you say you have your own accountability, what is the heaviest thing that you find you're accountable to? Ooh, other people. Like short answer is other people, whether that Yeah. be at work or I have an accountability partner and I use social media as accountability as well. Like I use my stories to say I'm gonna do this, or I post like my
Yeah.
business to-do list each week on there
You do.
to make
I love
sure
that.
that like I know what it is that I'm doing and that like on Saturday I'm supposed to complete it when. So I use other people
Mm.
as
I
my
love
accountability.
that. Yeah, I love that.
One of my favorite things that you do is so Coach Lee is in the fitness as well, so you and Tammy would relate in that area. But she will get on stories and say, "Okay, I'm going on my walk at lunchtime." But she gets on her walk and walks around and shows everybody all the animals. She names them sometimes. Sometimes they're alligators, sometimes they're bird, like all the things. So that's one of my favorite things that you do to hold yourself accountable is like you
Mm,
actually show what you're doing.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
had that where I was doing it in the morning, but it's 4 a.m. It's Coach Lee, so it's a little bit, it's
Yeah.
a little
Mhm.
darker outside. It's a little harder to kind of, so that's
Touche,
what I did.
touche.
You
Yeah.
know. But now here's my other thing. So people kept telling you were so encouraging, and they kept telling you should kind of jump into this. So why did you decide to wait for COVID then?
Because for years I kept saying, I don't have time, I don't have time, I don't have time. And so with the pandemic came time. Because thankfully I didn't lose my job with the pandemic, but being sent home to work from home, they were pretty much like, we don't care what time you log in because though I don't have kids or anything like that, people are now full-time teachers and all that jazz. So
Right?
they
Right.
were like, just get your work done. I'm naturally a morning person, so I just kind of kept my same morning routine. And so come lunchtime, pretty much every day, I'm like, okay, I'm done working. I've watched TV, I've worked out, I've gone for a walk, I've meal prepped, I've done the puzzles. What else do y'all
Repainted my
want me to do?
house.
But now, yeah, yeah,
So it was
yeah,
really just kind of the availability. The time was there, so you took advantage of it. Absolutely.
exactly.
Right
Love
into it.
that.
Yeah, you took that leap. That's great.
Now,
Yeah.
you are also the anti-hustle, anti-grind, and pro-system. So let's dig into there. That I'm going to really dig into. I really want to know what you mean by that and how
Yeah.
other women can kind of put that into their life. Let's really do a breakdown on that,
Okay.
if you
So are you
will.
saying what does anti-hustle and grind
So
mean
what do you
specifically?
mean when you say anti-hustle? You mean just kind of go at your own pace and anti-grind? Is that like get those systems, get those systems ready, get them in place, and you don't have either one of those?
Yeah, I think a good place to start is what is your definition of hustle? What does
To
hustle look
Yeah.
like?
I would say to me, hustling is like that go, 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 like sleep, I'll sleep when I'm dead. I've gotta get it out the muscle. I gotta do all the things. Um, so to me, anti-hustle and grind doesn't mean I'm anti-hard work. I'm all for working hard, putting in the work and doing the things, but I'm not gonna work myself to death. I'm not gonna lose sleep in
Hmm.
order to do it. I'm going to create balance. Everything can't be the priority because if everything is the priority, nothing is the priority. So,
Mm.
kind of getting clear on what is the true priority, what is the true non negotiable, and kind of starting there and then working down the list. There's always going to be something to do. Like we always say, like, I wish I had another couple hours in the day, or, I wish we had 3 day weekends. Whether we had more hours in the day to work or a 3 day weekend, we would still fill them with stuff and still
Hmm.
want more time.
Yeah.
So now, is it the systems that make it more of, where it kind of flips it on its head versus anti-hustle and anti-grind? If you have those systems in place, that kind of just evens the playing field, that it doesn't make you hustle. It doesn't make you rushed out there. It doesn't make you feel like you're working 24/7. Is it those systems that actually really help kind of navigate their world?
Yes, I would say the system support, like the whole idea is creating systems that support your life. And so if they support your life, that takes into account the fact that you're going to be here, there, and everywhere. And
Hmm.
so therefore it's taking that into account. Like, okay, I'm in trial this week. I'm not actually, but like if I'm in trial this week, I'm making sure that my business to-do list and my life to-do list takes into the account that I'm likely going to have less downtime. I typically use my lunch breaks at work to work my business. And
Yeah.
so if
Wow.
I know that I'm going to be in trial, I'm likely not going to use my lunch break to work my business. I'm going to use my lunch break to go for my walk because to me, my walk is a non-negotiable. So if I'm in trial, I still get my walk in, even if that means I don't eat. That isn't to say that I starve. My coworkers know that I get hangry. So they're like, she's in trial. She's going for her. Do you want me to take your food out so you can at least eat like 3 bites of it before you go? And I'm like, yes, please. So it's having those systems and people, because I'm so like strategic and so routine, other people kind of know the system. Like even Nikki saying like, I know when she goes on
Hmm.
her walk, she's likely gonna film some animals or at least, talk to us and check in with us on how her day's going. Like people know to expect that. If I don't work out in the morning, I sometimes give a disclaimer like, hey y'all, I know I'm not working out tomorrow morning because of X, Y, and Z because my workout is typically my first story every day.
Oh, I
Mm.
love that.
So people know what to expect in general. They might not know the specific, but she gonna do something, some kind of workout, some type of this, some type of that. And so I have systems that support my life. And so taking into account what my life is gonna look like for the upcoming day or week or whatever that might be, I create them, I build them, and I implement them.
Love it, love
Yeah,
it.
I really like that because I do think when you have those systems in place and people know it and they know you, then they can come in and support you as well. So
Exactly.
I think that's super helpful. I actually am loving this because I'm in this phase of life right now where I'm like, I need more time. I was just telling them right before this, like, I feel like I don't have any time. And I'm going, maybe I don't have the systems in place that are supporting everything that I'm taking on. And so I am loving this.
And I'm
Yes.
I'm taking
Perfect.
all
This
this
is
in because my kids are fixing to start school, so my schedule's going to be like topsy turvy. So I'm soaking all this in so I
Yeah.
can adapt. I don't like
But it's also
change.
going to give you a little bit more time because it's going to have like, yeah, it's going to be that topsy-turvy a little bit over there, but they also have the structure of they're going to be gone during this time. So when I need to do that lock-in focus work with no
Yep,
distractions, here's where I know I can get it done.
yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
It's just going to be a
When,
little shifting and navigating, but
The change. That's
right.
we'll
change
make it.
management.
Yes.
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 Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
So when you come across high achieving women, how do you really explain to them that's really not about doing more, it's about doing less? And is it hard?
It's really, I think it kind of goes to what, is it Kiara? Is that how you
Kira.
pronounce it?
Yeah.
Kiara. It kind of goes to what Kiara's saying. Like, I want more time. You really don't. Like, I get that you want more time, but you don't need more time. Let me show you where there's time that you're probably not using. Like, how can we balance this out? Like, okay, I go for a walk every day. I've started like literally like a week and a half ago, I realized I was needed more time to like edit my videos. They're already on my phone. So like the first 15 minutes of my walk, I figured out how to like edit 3 videos in that amount of time. So like the first 15 minutes of my walk, I edit my 3 videos, and then I get to play my puzzle game for like 15, 20 minutes. And then like I might check in, check stories, check messages, or whatever the case may be. So in that 45-minute time while I was outside getting a walk in, I took care of 3 other buckets, so to speak, of life. And so it's really about helping them to see, what do you need to do and what are you already doing? Almost like habit stacking. What can we combine together? Oh, I've been meaning to call my grandma, but I never have time. Okay, you have an hour-long commute home. Why don't you call her then?
Okay, so when people say high performance, this is exactly what they mean.
I'm all about this, Coach
Oh,
Lee.
no,
I love it.
I'm like, hold on,
right
you
there
edit
with
your
ya.
videos while you're walking?
No, I'm sitting there
Let
trying to
me
think.
do this.
I would be face planting
Oh my
something.
gosh.
Like there would, but I know that you figure it out. You figure out you would attach a headband to your head if you had to.
Well, I mean, I walk the same route every day, so
Yeah.
it's not like I'm doing a
Yeah.
different route every day. So it's kind of like muscle memory, kind of like when you get in your car and
Yep.
drive, you're like, how did I
Yep.
end up here? It's kind of that.
Do you feel like some of the women feel like they're trapped and this is kind of their escape, or it's kind of more of the, I needed this my whole life. It was right in front of me and I just didn't know how to put it into place?
I think it's both. I think that I personally don't really resonate with the word high performing, because I feel like I'm just a person who just shows up and gets it done. So I feel like the women kind of, they fall on one end or the other. Like technically, yes, I am a high performer. I am a high achiever. I don't personally resonate with that word, but I'm the person who shows up and gets it done. Because if I don't do it, who else is going to do it? And so women fall into one of those two buckets. But we've let success kind of define what that looks like. And we feel that in order to be so successful, because in the world that we live in, if you have a kid, if you do this, you're already viewed as less than. So we're already trying to like overcompensate in that regard. And so they feel it's a mix of, I want to be successful, but at what cost? And then when you figure out that you can be successful, but still have a life, it's the mix of, I want this, but also here's the breath of fresh air that showed me how to do it in a way that's actually sustainable, in a way that's not going to cause me to pull my hair out and literally want to quit my job, though
Right.
love my job, because how am I going to keep doing this?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, now, how is it being in the legal profession and dealing with corporate women? Do you find that there's a pattern that emerges between those two?
Yeah, because I feel like the legal field is corporate in the sense that it can be your traditional 9 to 5, but it can also be your salary. You get the work done. If that means you bring it home, you come in on the weekend, you're on vacation, like the work is the work. Whenever you do it is up to you. And so I feel like the balance or the similarities between the two is that, because as attorneys, we have all these different things that are pulling us, whether that be clients, judges, state attorneys, our boss, our clients, the courts, like having to travel, whatever it might be. In corporate, it's similar. Your meetings might be, at your computer, but you might also be having to get on a plane to go to these corporate meetings, these trainings, these whatever the case may be. So at the end of the day, it comes down to your calendar. Who's in control of your calendar? Like literally, who are you giving access to your calendar? And I get that, like, I don't just control my calendar. I do most of my own scheduling, but there are other people who have access to my calendar. And because of that, they've been trained, and or I literally put blocks on my calendar for them to know, like, this isn't, it literally says like ask before scheduling. And so if they've been trying to schedule something for like months on a day that I'm like, normally this is like my office time or whatever the case may be, I'll give it up because I'm like, okay, we've been trying to get this scheduled for like 2, 3 months and this is the only day that's available. Cool. But at the same time that I'm giving that date up, I'm like, well, where can I recapture that time for myself?
Right. I love that
I like that.
you're giving yourself permission to do that too, that this is my time. I'll decide when I'm going to let it go and how we're
Yeah.
going to, what that looks like. So I love that.
I love it
Because
too.
then people complain, like sometimes people will complain like, why did you set an appointment at 4:30? Your calendar didn't say you weren't available at 4:30. I get you want to go home at 5. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but the calendar spot is there. And so, okay, your 4:30 appointment showed up at 4:45. So no, you're not walking out of here at 5 o'clock. Whereas
Right.
me, my last 30 minutes of every day say prep for the day ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. There
Well,
we
that's
go.
that's one of my favorite conversations when a client messages me and they're like, I have a meeting on my calendar but I'm busy at that time. And I'm like, okay, but you didn't have it on your calendar. So now you got to figure that out. I mean, you have to mean your calendar. That's my biggest pet peeve in the world. Have it on the
Exactly.
calendar.
Right.
Or don't accept the appointment. Do the maybe
Yes.
or the tentative proposed new time.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Take
Yeah.
control of that calendar.
Yeah.
So if you had somebody listening, if you had a woman listening today, and she had 47 tabs open, 3 unfinished to-do list, and a calendar is basically a war zone, where do you have her start?
Well, I too have 47,000 tabs open. So I'm not going to tell you, I'm not even going to start with closing the tabs because I need all of those things and they're there for when I get to them. So leave the tabs open. That's fine. But start with a brain dump. Like you have all these unfinished tasks. So do a brain dump to figure out what truly is the priority. Like what's the non-negotiable? What deadline is coming up first? And how long is it going to take you to do it? Because we also underestimate how long something takes. We think that I could get this entire podcast edited and scheduled in an hour. And you're like, girl, you was talking on the podcast for 45 minutes. How you going to edit 45 minutes in an hour? So we often underestimate time. So the first thing is like getting yourself a brain dump so that you can then identify. And I use like either red, yellow, green, or like 1, 2, 3, like however, whatever works best for your brain. But essentially, must do, need to do, want to do. Must do are like the reds, the non-negotiables. If you don't do this, life or death, there's a deadline impeding. Yellow is it might not be emergency today or this week, but if I don't get to it next week, it's now going to become a red. And greens are those like, it'll be nice to do this. Like, yeah, I want to reorganize my closet, but it's okay. Versus my shoe rack is hanging off the wall. If I don't do this today, everything is collapsing down.
Yeah.
And so kind of do that brain dump and kind of categorize must, need, and want to do's and kind of start rearranging your list in that way. And then once you start doing that, especially when you're thinking between like, for example, work and like life or business. Like when I, for example, I like to do my grocery shopping on the way home because my grocery store isn't necessarily the most convenient to my house, but I literally pass it every day, Monday through Friday, on the way to and from work. So like last Thursday, I went grocery shopping on my way home.
Yeah.
I don't have to now come out of the house again and go
Convenience.
grocery shopping. I was already
Yeah.
out and about. I was literally going to pass this on the way home. It's done. So once you start kind of like ranking and prioritizing the tasks and kind of giving yourself those deadlines, you can kind of start see what's going on in life that might put me in this area or where this item might pair nicely with. And then that's how you start buying back your time and freeing up your time. So instead of me leaving my house and spending 30 minutes, 10, 15 minutes there, 10, 15 minutes back, plus the grocery shopping time, to go grocery shopping, I literally was already passing it on the way home. Typically at that time of day, a lot of people don't really grocery shop on the way home in the middle of the week. The grocery store is emptier, so it's kind of easier even to get in and out because
Yep.
I'm an Aldi girl, and so Aldi they have one
Oh,
restaurant
yeah.
open at a time, so you already know you're gonna be there for a minute, and so that's kind of where like the pairing the items together comes into play.
Mhm.
Love it,
Mhm.
love it, love it. So why do you think we make this so much harder on ourselves? I just, is it because of the high
I asked
pressure?
myself this yesterday.
Yeah,
I really believe that women make it harder on
I
themselves than
think
men
we
do.
I
do. I think we
swear.
have this must-do list. What do you think, Coach Lane?
I think I think it's society in all honesty. And so that's why like part of my I guess even like my slogan is like I want to simplify productivity. I want to show you that productivity isn't hard. We do all day long. But are you doing the right things or are you doing the things that are going to move you closer to your goals? So we don't have a problem with doing. We don't have a problem with performing. We don't have a problem with showing up. But are we doing showing up and performing in the ways that's actually most beneficial to us? So productivity never was the problem because we can do. That's why we're high
That's right.
performers. That's why we're high achievers. That's why we are successful. But what are we doing? Are we doing the right things that like actually pour back into us and fuel us and that help us move to where we want to be? So it's
Mhm.
kind of like changing the viewpoint.
So, were you always like this, first of all? Were you always high performance? I just have to know.
I feel like yes, I was a latchkey kid growing up. My mom was a 911 dispatcher and my dad worked for the city, but he did electrical. I live in Florida, so hurricane seasons, he can easily be gone, restoring
Right,
power.
right.
So because my mom was a 911 dispatcher, they kind of do similar to like firefighters, 2 days on, 2 days off. So because it's a 12-hour shift, she would either work like 7 in the morning to 7 at night or 7 p.m. to 7 in the morning, which meant that when it was time to wake up for school or to go to bed, she may or may not be there. So we kind of learned to like wake up to the alarm. And so I'm 2 years older than my youngest brother. Like there's an 11-year gap between me and my older siblings. So like at 6, they graduated high school. So they were gone. So then it's me and my younger brother. So like I was the big sister. So now, hey, it's time to wake up for school. Okay, we're awake. Breakfast is on the stove. Call me when you're dressed. Let me know when you go. So like I had to learn that like the bus comes at this time. If I miss the bus, my dad's already gone. My mom's at work. My siblings are in college. I gotta get on this bus. So like I learned to like be structured. And so same thing coming home. We're home. Okay, get your snack, do your homework. Okay, we're done with our homework. Can we go outside and play? Yes, be back in when the street lights come on if I'm not there. So like yes, I was, but it was like I took to it versus my younger brother. Like I still
Mhm.
call him to this day to wake him up for work. He can't get up from work. Let me not say that he can't wake up on his own, but like I'm still his backup check to make sure that he gets up even to this day. So like
Yeah.
I thrived on the structure and like jumped right into it. Whereas my brother was like, "Ugh, give me 5 more minutes to sleep," and that's probably why I've always been a person, even
Yeah.
from that
With
age.
that person,
That's how I
exactly.
suspect my kids are going to be because my daughter is very much
Yeah.
like you. She's very structured, very independent. My son, not so much. So
You
I
go with the
suspect she's going to
flow.
be a little bit like you. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, I also thought when Nikki said alligators, it's like she must be in Florida. So it's nice to hear your
Y'all are
Yeah.
very
perspective too.
close.
Yeah,
Oh, we
And
are.
yeah,
Florida.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I'm in Florida too.
We'll have
Okay.
to meet and greet.
Very
yeah.
cool.
So now you have to, okay, so I get you now, but you have to have one guilty pleasure. What is it? Because you
Um,
haven't shared it on Instagram. So what is it, right?
when you say guilty pleasure, in
What
what way?
is
Like in terms of like planning, in terms of
Oh, I'm
like
just
murder
talking about
mystery
life. Are
suspense.
you do you just need to get a Starbucks every day and nobody knows that? What is your one guilty pleasure? Or do you take Saturday off from working out and nobody knows it? Let's hear
No,
the
I work
guilty
out every
pleasure.
day. I would say
Okay,
that my guilty
gotta
pleasure
be something.
is I sometimes procrastinate the plan. Like I'm good about the execution, but then I have those like those green tasks that probably should be yellow that I just made them green. Like I'll get to that eventually.
She is human. Look
Yeah.
And I
at
100%, which is why when you said about the 48,000 tabs, I have all of those tabs open. Like when IT's like when they're like, "Hey, something's wrong with your computer," I'm like, "I already restarted it." They're like, "It's the number of tabs you have open." I'm like, "No, it's not the
That's
tabs.
up with
It's
you.
Not
I
it.
said that's
It's
why
absolutely
I
not
asked
not the
that
it.
question
tabs."
because I have those
I'm
tabs
gonna
open.
restart. I'm gonna restart and reset that drive. It's not the
I
tabs,
literally
don't
I
worry.
restart my computer every night and I do the forced restart so that therefore all my 17,000 tabs reopen tomorrow because I'm gonna still need them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm right there
That's
with you.
genius.
100%.
So I guess that's my guilty pleasure is that I leave all the open tabs open. I
Okay.
need it.
I
Well,
feel that.
I'll take
Yeah.
it. I'll take it.
We'll
Well,
take that. That's nothing.
well, I have to say, talk about precise and accountable and productive. We are exactly, she is like 20 minutes and she has got
I
it
know.
down.
Like, whoa. Incredible.
I don't think I've ever had such a very precise, on point podcast. Have we?
And just such a great speaker. Do you do any speaking?
I mean, besides being a lawyer, so I'm in court,
Yeah.
but growing
Yes.
up, I used to do like
Besides every day, you
oratorical
know.
speech competition. So I guess that literally rolled, like,
Yeah, you're a
everything in life
great
has just like
speaker.
Love it,
rolled.
love it, love it.
Yeah, I love it too.
Now, where can they find you? Somebody says,
I
I need to
am,
work with this lady. Where can they find you?
I'm at legally.me everywhere. So LEGALLEE.me. Website, Instagram, TikTok, social media, like all the things at legally.me.
And you two will
Okay.
get a kick out of this. She has written a book,
Oh,
Okay.
and
what
I
and what is
have it.
this? Oh, yes, she did.
Lee's Laws of
Yeah.
Productivity. You can get that on Amazon.
Oh, is that on your website? So you
It's
can
on Amazon.
okay, just on Amazon. All
Let's
right.
see.
Well,
Yeah, it's
amazing.
good. Like
You
really
are
good.
such an amazing energy, and what an amazing guest. Thank you
Thank
so
you for
very much
having
for
me.
coming. And I don't know if you fit the true crime podcast. You're just too, you
But
know,
those are the silent but deadly ones, the ones you never see
yeah,
coming.
you would
Because maybe I would get
probably
away with it because I've
you
got
know
it all
more than
planned
I
out.
would.
That's
True
right.
on this one.
That's right. As a true crime junkie, that's exactly how it would work out.
Just so you know, people, wink, wink. So, Nikki, where can everybody find Women Talk Fierce and listen to this amazing podcast with Coach Lee?
You can find us on all podcast platforms and YouTube. You can see our lovely faces if that's what you prefer. And Kara can tell us all about our new website. And we do have a new portal for our networking groups, and that's exciting.
We do. So you can find us at www.womentalkfierce.com, where you can sign up to join one of our networking calls for free. Come sit in, get to know the girls. And if you love us, stick around. We always welcome everyone. So, and when, like Nikki said, we do have a new hub where lots of goodies go into that, a lot of resources, all our podcasts, our slide decks, all of that stuff, so that you never miss a beat.
Amazing. Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much for being with us,
Thank
Coach
you.
Lee.
Thank you for
And
Thank you
having
so
me.
much.
don't forget, we are Women Talk Fierce, 3 women, 3 stages of life, motherhood and business, and a roller coaster of life lessons, and of course, loud opinions. And we're thinking it may end in a true crime podcast at some point, but keep looking at Coach Lee. There's something there. I'm just saying.
Bye, guys.
You.
Bye.
Well, thank you, Coach Lee.